Need expert commercial finance brokers? Real Finance are a national firm led by seasoned bankers, offering unmatched expertise and extensive networks. They understand business and the banking market inside out, using their knowledge to structure and present your borrowing requests for the best income. They have strong relationships with specialist lenders eager to support entrepreneurs and businesses, providing unique and competitive financial solutions designed specifically for you. Ready to elevate your business? Contact Real Finance today and they will achieve your financial goals.
Welcome to Mums in Property podcast. Let's start again.
It's always just that first bit for both of us.
Welcome to Mums in Property.
Welcome back to Mums in Property podcast.
Okay. Oh, I can't do it.
You can.
Welcome back to our Mums in Property podcast, episode 4 of series 1.
We're your hosts, Chloe and
Jade.
Thank you for joining us today. How have you been?
Yeah, how have I been? Really good. It's been hectic with the Christmas. Can we mention Christmas now?
Yeah.
First, we've been talking about that, won't we? The Christmas has gone, but yeah, back to the grind. I've had, I don't know, I feel really positive, about January. I feel quite organised and raring to go. I think my energy levels are a bit higher than normal. I've been trying to own in on my diet and my gym. I'm still doing the 5 a.m. club, sometimes 4:30.
I know, I've noticed.
Yeah. So, no, all good. What about yourself?
Well, today, actually, really flat.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be completely honest. I'm not sat here right now as a podcast host. I'm not sat here as a property investor, but literally sat here as a mum that's had the worst day ever.
Mm-hmm.
And really didn't want to come tonight to record the podcast because just felt really flat, really deflated. I've had a really challenging day with my toddler, meltdown central, tantrums galore, and it's just sent my head west.
We all have them days, don't we? I guess.
Yeah.
What have you? I don't even know what to say really to that. Like, what have you managed to? I don't know. Like, what have you done to kind of cope with it? I don't know. Like, what?
Well,
it's hard, isn't it? Like,
nothing really, and that's why it all kicked off like early this morning.
Yeah.
And just a nightmare day. And then the work that I was supposed to do, I just couldn't focus, couldn't think straight.
What's caused it? Like, what was it?
Overtiredness.
Yeah.
So
that's a bugger. That
this is his first proper week back at preschool.
Okay.
Yeah, nursery, because last week, obviously the snow. So
delayed everything, didn't it?
Well, they were closed, I think Monday, and then Tuesday and the other day, they weren't open till something like 11, and it just weren't worth me sending him.
That routine's being broken, hasn't it? It's not getting into that new routine.
Well, he'd not been.
Again.
He went on Thursday, and that was the first day he'd been in over 3.5 weeks.
So it's changed the system.
Yeah.
Big shock.
And then obviously I didn't send him the other days because the snow was that bad.
Yeah.
They weren't open until later. It wasn't worth me then dragging all 3 kids out because I walked to school. It would have been a nightmare because the snow was still really bad. So he only went one day, and then he was really tired. He had a massive meltdown Saturday, so much so he was supposed to be going to a party, and we literally couldn't calm him down. So he couldn't go, and I felt so bad on the birthday child.
Yeah.
But we couldn't even physically get him dressed. So then this week he's been Monday, Tuesday, so 2 days, and it's just completely thrown him.
Trying to put a positive spin on it. What's he done? What's happened today? Like in terms of,
he's just gone wild. Give
us a bit of a laugh.
Well, I don't know if it's a laugh
or
not, but he just finds it really, really difficult to regulate his emotions. Yeah. And once he gets in that frame of mind, he can't see past anything, and he's just on a mission. You literally just see it, and he's like looking around like this, like, what can he
attack or destroy?
Literally swiping things off the kitchen side. He threw his, we got him a Nintendo Switch for Christmas. Oh, no. He threw that on the floor.
Smashed?
No, it hasn't smashed. And then he went up to his bedroom and he's got some new shelving. So 4 weeks ago, we bought some new shelving for the playroom, and then we've put some in his bedroom, and he doesn't like it. And still, so last night he was crying for an hour, saying he wants the old shelving back in his bedroom.
So change into it again.
Yeah, and he kept saying to me, he's like, Mummy, I don't like changing my bedroom. And he wanted these, which we've now put the other unit into the porch. I can't lift it on my own, and Ben was working late. So just kind of had to manage his emotions last night. He finally went to sleep. Anyway, today, whether it's the shelving issue that he's still not happy about, but he just pushed all the shelving over in his bedroom. Everything's fell off. We had a frame on there from literally when he was born. Got his like little foot and handprints when he was a cute little baby. Not
cute now.
No, definitely not cute now.
Smashing the joint.
But it smashed, like the frame smashed, and it's broke all the frame.
There
was
as well.
glass everywhere.
You can fix it though. You can replace. It's not the point.
No, it was just that there was glass everywhere. So then the other children are trying to come into the bedroom. I'm trying to keep everyone out. Plus he's still on his rampage. So it was a nightmare. In the end, thankfully, his granddad came and got him.
Yeah.
Took him away to calm him down. But then on the flip of that was better for me. Because then I could obviously
calm. You can.
Yeah.
It's stressful for you, isn't it? Like, I guess I know when Ellis is in that mood, you start to question your ability as a mum, don't you? Sometimes it's like, what am I doing wrong? How can I diffuse it? And I sometimes just seem to fuel it sometimes.
Exactly that. Like, how can I diffuse it? And we try so hard to gentle parent and to not shout, but in the end,
you can't.
I ended up shouting. He's gone away then with his granddad. I'm sat feeling guilty. My head's gone west. I can't think about anything.
Yeah.
And then he's literally come back as I'm then leaving to come to Doncaster to film the podcast.
So you've not had that time to like meet back again and just try and soften it.
No.
Yeah.
And now I won't see him until, because I won't see him. Tomorrow he'll be at nursery. And then I'm in London overnight, so I'll not see him till Friday.
Could you not, like, if you've got that morning, could you not get up a little bit earlier and spend a little bit of dedicated time to him, compared to the other kids? Would you have time? Or just get up early to make sure you're really organised and you've got more
That's a really
time.
good idea, because he does get up first. So.
I try and do that sometimes. Like, because it happens all the time. I mean, with Ellis, like, she, very similar to, like, you there, like, her temper and whatnot goes up and down like a yo-yo.
Yeah.
And there's sometimes where, like, I don't get the time to put it right and stuff, so I try and focus a little bit of time
and get up early. Yeah, that's actually a really good idea, because I could do that and just get up, make him breakfast.
Yes. Do you know the other day, like what you're saying then, so this was over breakfast, was having poached eggs on toast, right?
Nice.
For some reason Ellis didn't want poached eggs on toast. She was meant to be, like, I was working as well. I think it was one of the first days back, but she was still off. It was a Monday.
Because of the snow.
And she was meant to be going to a nanny's to look after her. And she really wanted to do it. But she wouldn't eat this poached egg. It took her an hour. It's like she was eating food on a bush tucker trail. Like, anyone would think she was eating widgety bugs or something like, whatever.
Widgety bugs.
That's it. Is that what they're called? Widgety bugs?
Something like that.
Grubs? Yeah. Whatever.
Oh, grubs, yeah.
Whatever they are.
Yeah.
But it was poached eggs. And honestly, the street, she was screaming. She was trying to get out of the house because Dom went to take Enzo
to nurse
to his mum. So he went, but I was like, no, you're not going because you're not doing what you want.
Yeah.
I locked the door in the end because she was getting out the side door, screaming. I think the whole neighbourhood thought, oh, battering her.
That's the thing. It's like, what the neighbours think, isn't it?
Poached eggs. Luckily, my friends lived next door and stuff, but they could hear her. Over poached eggs. So I get what you've... I feel your pain.
God. And so what happened in the end? Did she calm down?
She ate an hour and a half into it. She ate a poached egg.
And then did she go to Dom's mum's?
Yeah, we went and took her.
And you do think, I know it's all their emotions and stuff, but you do think, like, today didn't have to be like this. Yeah. It's all gone from nothing. And
I'm at the stage now where I feel like I have to follow through on the threats.
Yeah.
Then I miss out and Enzo miss out. Like, you've got your planned days.
Yeah.
And then like you say, your friends little boy, obviously party, whatnot.
Yeah. And you feel guilty then on the others, but you have to.
You got to do it.
Yeah, I feel like that with my other two. I feel like they probably sick of me shouting.
It's
but,
normal though.
Yeah.
It doesn't help in the moment, but God, everyone's got to shout, surely. You're not the only I shout. That makes you feel better.
Yeah, well, yeah, I know it is human. And you know what? I really, like I say, I really didn't want to come here tonight, but I knew we had to. And I felt really flat. And obviously, I'm normally really positive, really energetic and everything. And I didn't feel I could be like that. But driving over, I literally didn't even have any music on. I was just like thinking to myself. And I actually thought it is making me really glad that I can't wait for these episodes to go out. And I thought I'm going to come on and be open and honest about how today's been. And that's like changed how my day was going to go. But I can't wait till these episodes go live. And because like we've said before, well, I found myself today like searching online for like support groups and things. And I think when these are live, there will be other mums out there.
Community there, like what we're building,
And it's not just always about property, that it's just
being
daily mum challenges.
Yeah.
And I want to be able to talk with other mums about these and get advice and maybe share some advice and things like that. So when this does go live, if there is anything anyone can recommend on dealing with these challenging behaviours, then I'm all ears. So please send your advice my way. Anything to help.
ASAP.
Yeah.
Quick.
Yeah. So that's how today went.
Today's obviously not gone to plan, but I think you're missing of like how successful your January's been already. Like you everything seems to be like falling into place for you, doesn't it? Like you've had a really good month so far.
Yeah. So like last week, and this is obviously the difference from one week to another, from one Monday to another Monday. Although last Monday was quite challenging as well because it was the first official day back.
Yeah.
But then the snow came, so the schools were closed. I'd obviously lined up because I really did take the whole 2 weeks of Christmas off. I didn't do anything. So I'd lined everything up for that Monday, and then I'd got all 3 kids at home running wild, and they were tired because they'd been sledging all day Sunday. And again, it's just that tiredness, and like they go to bed early, so I don't know what more we can do, and they still nap. Like, how much sleep do these kids need? Like, gosh. So anyway, but I did end up having a really good week, which was amazing. And I don't want this to put a downer now today on this week, but
tomorrow's a new day.
Yeah.
So what have you been up to other than like today? What's been going off?
So I had two of my investors that I'm working with, well, they're a married couple. They came up at the weekend.
I think I saw that on Instagram.
Yeah, which was amazing. Yeah. So they came up at the weekend to see their new project that we've been working on. Yes, they loved it. And that's
how did you find this one, by the way? What's the project?
It's a post-auction.
Oh, okay.
So it's a commercial property.
So you settled it outside of it went to auction.
Didn't sell,
and you've managed to...
We've secured it post-auction, I don't know why it didn't sell because it is honestly an amazing project.
I was looking at an auction the other day, and it went through the roof. I'm like, I don't understand...
Why it's like that.
Yeah, there was like 255 watchers, 9 bidders, and it's just, it doubled what I wanted to pay for it.
Really? Yeah, it's weird, isn't
bonkers. I think people get excited, don't they, when they see an auction? Think they're getting a bargain.
Yeah, and then they get into the bidding.
Yeah, bidding war.
Don't know when to stop.
Yeah.
Well, this didn't sell. So, yeah, we've got it post-auction. It's commercial. We're converting the 2 upper floors to a 5-bed, all-ensuite HMO.
Yeah.
And keep the lower ground floor.
No, it's commercial. Is there any... is it like a terrace commercial, or is there any kind of, is it on a wall? Has it got any wall to it? Do you know what I mean? Like
it's actually a high street.
Yeah, is it like on a corner or anything? So it's like
no terrace.
Terrace, okay.
Yeah, it's a terrace.
I'm just thinking because have you seen when people get, if it's on a corner or a bend in a high street, you can obviously then advertise on it as well. So that's another route.
That's a really good idea.
Yeah,
it's high street. There's no
next one.
Yeah, I'll look out for that.
Yeah. I don't know how much you can charge. I think it obviously depends. But it's a good little tip.
Yeah, another way to make money.
Yeah.
But so that's gone. So I had all the plans. I'm doing all the project management for it as well. So got all the plans with me, went through all of that, the proposals, lots of ideas and everything. So that was really good. We went for some lunch and they're really happy with it.
Good.
So,
I mean, it sounds like a great deal. So how could they not be?
Yeah, it's an all money out deal.
Is it? What did they get it for? What was the price? What did you want?
Got it for 160.
Wow.
Yeah. And the GDV is like 450.
Amazing. And what's the refurb going to be on it?
Refurb is looking about 139.
Yeah. That's decent, isn't it?
Yeah. Including furniture and stuff. So we've had all the kitchen design done and quotes.
Yeah.
So we're already well ahead. I've done the schedule of works. I've done all the budget.
You do some of mine.
I like doing all of that. I like being organised.
I like it if I've got the time.
Yes.
I just don't feel like I've got the time at the minute.
Well, that's
you make
why
time,
I
don't
like to
you?
do it ahead. Do it when you have time.
Yeah.
And then you just keep adding to it and amending it.
Yeah.
That's what I find is best.
Just to give me some tips on how to do it.
Yeah. So we went through that. That was really, really good. What else? Oh, I've had an offer accepted. So I think I spoke about this briefly before. It was like sort of on the cards, but it's fully been accepted now on a property.
Did we speak about this on Friday when I saw you?
Yes.
Same one?
Yes,
yeah,
same one. So it's a...
This is for you, right?
Yeah, this is for me. So it's a house in my area that
Can you move into it?
Do you know what? It's such a lovely house. It's got really nice features and character.
Yeah. Coming back, was it? I see that many different properties. Has it got the old fireplaces in it?
Yes.
I love stuff.
Original tiling.
Like that. On the floor tiles as well.
Yeah.
I love
stained
that.
glass in the porch windows. It's really, really. It's like 1920s original.
That sounds
features.
nice.
Yeah, it's really lovely. So, but the idea is to renovate and flip.
Why not? Why not hold?
Just because there's a lot of money in it.
Okay.
So it's 100k profit.
Yeah.
And
do you not remortgage and still pull that out though?
I think with the rental price for the area,
it doesn't.
Yeah, it probably wouldn't quite stack up. So, and for me, at where I am in my property journey, obviously I've always done flips. It is what I love doing.
Yeah.
It'll just give me that boost then. So when I start building the portfolio, I've got more of my own finance there. Yeah. So it just kind of makes sense. I can quickly turn it over. It's in a really good area and
sounds like a good deal. Not, you know what? Yeah.
I'd love to keep it because I love the property. But in terms of business, me not thinking with my heart and thinking business side, I think it makes sense for me to flip it.
But I guess it's a good if you've got two different exit strategies. If anything changes, if for any reason, God forbid, you can't flip it.
Yeah. It definitely rent out.
You've got the options. You've got the So that's good.
So that's
exciting.
Yeah, another thing.
Yeah.
How are you getting on with? Because you was going to chase up the planning.
Oh,
did you get round to doing it?
Yes. So I give him a nudge.
So this is on, just for anyone that's listening that maybe doesn't know.
This is an old nursery, basically.
Yes.
It's an old nursery. It's about 2,300 square feet.
Wow.
So it's quite a big property, really.
Yeah.
But it's really run down. I mean, it's really, and it's been empty for nearly a year now. So you can imagine it's
and
damp
was it
anyway.
last use a nursery?
Last use was a nursery, yeah. Which I'm a bit gutted because it was a commercial, and then they've put the planning in, and then to convert it back to residential. And I wish, because they couldn't sell it, so I wish I came across it before and bought it as a commercial, because it meant that the stamp duty is different,
duty would have been
and
it'd
been a lot. It changed things for me. So originally, I wanted to do five flats.
Yes.
For whatever reason, we've got 4.
Okay.
So that changes the deal for me a little bit in terms of what's right for me, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So 5 flats, it was going to be the profits in that, for me, was in that last flat.
Oh, okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Because of how much needs doing. And
yeah, it's a big project. So I just need, so planning looks like, I've spoken to planning.
Because you submitted planning already, didn't you? And you paid for all of that.
Yes, I've paid for that already. So that's all gone through. Well, it's not gone through yet. It's been an absolute, it's taken ages. I don't know why it's taken so long.
When did you submit it?
March, April.
Oh, wow.
May time. So a long time ago. It's long, that, isn't it?
Very long.
Yeah. So the reason, so the last before Christmas, there's been a lot of objections to it, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of objections, but nothing substantial. Like there's nothing, it's all just about parking. There's nothing with any substance to say it's gonna, no reason for it, basically.
Yeah.
So I was speaking to to my planning consultant. It was like, it needs to go, the last update was needs to go to committee. Well, I spoke to the planner on Friday at yours.
Yes.
And she's basically said she's got no reasons why she doesn't see it being approved, basically. She just needs to write it up, but she doesn't see, it doesn't warrant going to committee. You just need to go to something, might get this wrong, PCG or something, like a Teams call. And that's every 2 weeks. I've had to agree to extend it again to the 27th of January.
Wow.
Not the committee, like this call, whatever it is the 20th. And then in between that, she'll do all the write-up and hopefully it'll get agreed.
So hopefully by the end of the month, you might
know where I am. So I'm just trying to, so I've not physically got my finance numbers on it, but I've been feeling a bit deflated about this, like the deal, if I'm honest, because with the 5 flats, it was a great deal.
And just I've that one change can...
Yeah, and I've been up and down with it. I'm like, well, I'm going to pass it on to somebody or whatever. And I just don't know where. I don't know. I need to get to the know all my decision quickly. So I've had a couple of builders go round, so different
in their quotes.
Like in the quotes, absolutely not comparable at all. So I've got someone else going tomorrow to kind of just get a bit more specific on it and see what's possible. Because it is double story extensions. That's where quite a lot of the money's going to go.
And you never know as well, because different builders have different ideas, don't they? And what you think, well, it has to be a double story, they might have another way.
Well, planning is for the double story.
Oh,
okay, to get the size of like the big flats, and it's not going to be like a block of flats. It's going to be there's a lot of character and features in there again. So it's really nice. It's like an old Victorian building. It's actually what do you call it? Conservation area and stuff. So there's going to be some kind of restrictions, I guess, on the front. But no, so. But it's not that it's not a good deal. It's just where I am in my journey right now. It would mean I've tying a lot of money up.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You're trying to grow.
But more than what I'd like to.
Yeah. I think for somebody that's looking for long-term growth and assets, it will be perfect.
Yeah.
But where you currently are.
Yeah. It's a bit... I just need to get a bit refined. So that's going to be a bit of my kind of follow-up to hold me accountable to.
Yeah.
Is like where I'm going to go with that next.
It's hard, isn't it? Because you get to that like limbo stage and you almost don't want to think about it. Yeah. So you just put it to the back of your mind because you don't want to make a decision on it. Yeah.
But it would be a really good hold for someone.
Yeah.
Develop and hold.
There will be someone that will want it.
Yeah, definitely. And I've even been going through the numbers again. So I'm thinking it definitely rent as like standard buy-to-lets.
And you've secured it off market, haven't you?
Off market. Well, technically, it was on the market, got took off the market. Yeah. It got presented to me while it's been off, and then it never got put back on.
Yeah, so it's off market, and you've put the planning in. So I think once this planning comes back, I think you'll be in a really good position.
I think I'm going to have to renegotiate the price as well. I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to break that relationship down. So I'm a bit nervous about doing it. But I need to. I'm not gonna be a motivated buyer either. Do you know what I mean? I think, I don't.
You don't need
more
it as such.
No. I'm kind of in my head. If I lose the planning money, whatnot, then I take it down to learning. But hopefully there'll be an option that I can
sell it on.
Do something with it.
I think between us, we'll know someone that will be interested in it.
Yeah, it'll be a really good for somebody.
Yeah, I need to have a little look at it, but I've got certainly one person in mind that I think potentially might be interested.
We'll do something together on it then. So
I know, obviously I said to you, didn't I? I'll have a look today. Yeah. And then
that's happened.
That went to pot.
Do you know what though? I think knowing what I know now, bear in mind this is like April time.
Yeah,
before
still only just starting your mastermind.
I didn't negotiate on the price as good as I could have done because he was so like open to an option. And I just thought like, oh my God. I've got an option.
Yeah.
Rather than thinking, right, do you know?
Well, we were still so early in our learning then, wasn't we? And confidence as well. It does.
And he said yes straight away, so I know it wasn't cheap enough.
Yeah. But obviously you've invested this time.
Yeah, it's been a
And
massive learning curve.
They still haven't sold it. So I think you have got some scope to go back to and say.
And I was speaking to Simon the other day. There's like, I could look at doing a joint venture maybe or something creative, but I don't know how that'll work because they're at retirement age and they want to, do you know what I mean? They want the money out.
Yeah.
But we'll see.
Yeah, I think have another look at the numbers and it should only hopefully
Could do
not
like a pair of eyes or something as well. And I've spoke to my broker just to get some get the actual cost of the finance and stuff as well, what it's going to be. Then hopefully when I've got a bit more concrete. Yes, everything's a bit up in the air at the minute.
Yeah.
So,
but it's still good, and like you said, it's been learning because it is a big project, and you've fronted the planning costs and everything like that. So whatever comes,
and I've got a good connection now into the planning team. Cause the woman I spoke to, she was lovely. Yeah. So now I've got her email. I guess that's for other projects in the area.
Exactly. Yeah.
That front end.
And
so
you know some of these
expensive contact
objections that people will come up with within the area. So that in itself is all learning. Because I found that I'm dealing with planning consultant with these pre-planning apps, and so I keep phoning him and asking different questions, and each one I'm learning now. So when I'm looking at other deals, for example, there was a HMO that was off market that was granted HMO class use in 2016, but had only been used as a 3-bed HMO.
Okay.
And we would want it to make it into a 6-bed. So you have to then get the certificate of lawfulness.
Yes. Yeah.
And so going through all those questions and asking, I now understand that. So when I'm looking at deals, I don't have to actually phone him up and ask him. I kind of know where we stand with it. Yeah. So it's all good. Again, it's relationship building. And having someone that knows you're not just going to mess them around and you're serious about the deals you're looking at. And in return, they will give you the advice because they want you to obviously bring good deals that you're going to put through planning.
Yeah.
And hopefully, if you're searching for the right things, you're going to put things through that are going to get accepted. Yeah, that's the idea, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But it is a minefield, isn't it? All the planning and.
But we've got the other deal, the offer accepted. I spoke on the last podcast about it, the place in Cumbria.
Yes.
So I think it just before Christmas actually. I had a couple of wines and I got speaking to him. A bit of a common theme there, isn't they? And we got an offer accepted on that.
What have I told you? What? My friend says, "No whiny, feel finey."
Well, it got me a deal anyway.
Well, true.
So that's another one, but it's going to go through planning. But that's going to be a really good one. Yeah, and it's such a good deal. And I felt a bit overwhelmed with this one because it's a good deal. It's commercial.
Yes.
At the minute, but there's so many different exit strategies to it. And I was thinking, what's the right thing to do? But we're going to have a site meeting there with my broker and stuff just to kind of
go through the options.
Right, do the exit because there's so many. He's like, "Oh, let me come and look at it and we'll do it together and like we'll work it out." So that's going to be good. But that'll be a good one.
Yeah.
Because I was in my head what I wanted to do. I wanted to develop it's like a old pub, but used as a restaurant now, and then like accommodation at top, and then sits on a bit of a plot of land. So ideally, in my head, I want to develop the pub and turn it into flats.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to get planning on the land, and then sell that off. And then in theory, if it like that, I'd get a free property.
Yeah. The land would
pay
for the property. Yeah, that's a good idea.
But we think what's probably better is because if I'm already getting the builders in for that anyway, and I might as well just develop it because I'm going to get a better rate.
And then
because I'm doing both.
Keep the house, or would you sell it?
Ideally, if I can retain and grow a portfolio and grow a cash pot at the same point.
Yeah, then you will.
I will. But if I need to sell,
you've got
I would sell as well. Okay. So it's just a bit. But
So when are you back there? End of the month?
31st, yeah. So ideally, I was going to do 2 detached properties on it. But ideally, I'm probably better off. I'm making like 4 semis.
Right, yeah.
Well, two sets of semis.
Yeah.
2 lots. Or terraces.
Yeah.
Do it that way.
Well,
So
the good thing is
get
there's
the-
lots of options with that
there
one,
is.
isn't there?
Yeah.
And so the people that you're buying it from,
Mm.
what's like, are they happy just for
Yeah.
you time-wise? They're not in any rush?
They want to get, so it's like one of the guys who I've been dealing with is pretty young. I say young, our age. Is that young now still?
Well, I'm definitely not young, so.
Our age anyway. However that's young or not. He's having an operation, so he's quite hands-on with it.
Okay.
So he just wants to step away. So he's kind of leaded it. He's over like was it partners, whatever. There is like dad and his uncle, so they're kind of driven to what he wants.
Okay. So there's no pressure to get it sorted.
There's no
right
pressure.
now.
No. So we need to get the heads of terms drawn up. We haven't physically done that yet, but we're going to make sure we go to the site visit first.
Yeah.
It's ours. We've had the offer accepted. It's just now fine tuning it.
Yeah. That's good then.
Yeah, and working out whether we put the whole planning submission onto one or we separate. Do two separate.
Yeah.
I'm feeling more whether this is right or wrong, but do it all on one, because without developing the land,
It's not as good a deal.
it's for me. It's
You want it all at the same time.
yeah, like the land is
The money.
there's a money, so that's a decider. So I'm thinking if I'm going to keep it and develop it myself,
Yeah. May as well just put
Might as well
all the
just put it
planning
all
in,
on
and then
one,
you can just sell the planning even. Yeah.
there's obstacles to come over the planning, by the way, but
And then this
Yeah,
one, then this is the one you're raising private finance for, isn't it?
yeah, everything is, to be fair.
So how are you getting on with that?
Struggling, if I'm honest. I think it's I last time I was saying my mindset's so good, and my mindset is positive, but it's not easy, is it?
No, definitely
It
not
really
easy.
isn't. Like, I'm finding the deals, but it's like it's not like they're not like little projects.
Yeah, they're big investments.
They're big investments,
aren't
and I feel like I'm still growing my net. I don't get me wrong, I've got a good network around me, and then
But they're all similar,
they're all
doing
similar,
similar
and I've
things, aren't
I've got other
they? So
projects on the
everyone's
go.
looking for finance.
And like this is so. I was speaking to my coach the other day. Like, I don't do things by half, and I feel like, on my mastermind,
yeah,
everyone's doing probably not everyone. People are doing big deals, but then some people are doing smaller deals, and I feel like I'm going after the bigger stuff,
big juicy.
which takes time. But then I'm not doing anything right now, and I feel like I need to
Get some quick wins.
yes, because I feel like I'm just not doing anything. Even though I am, I'm doing all the prep. I'm not physically in the nitty and
big wins
gritty.
will pay off bigger, but at the same time, do you need just some low hanging fruit just to tide you over?
Yeah.
But then, what are you going to get from the low hanging fruit? And if you need to raise finance for it, is it going to take you away from the big
Then I
juicy?
think that'll help me raise more finance, because yes, I've got stuff going on, but seeing something active and going through that journey just makes it.
But I think
more
with you, because you've got your portfolio, you've got 4 buy-to-lets, like that's your credibility anyway.
And that one to my fourth, that finalised. Oh my God. That's taken absolutely bloody
a year,
ages.
wasn't it?
Just under a year. I mean, but we're there. Got the keys. They came round to take some pictures today.
So it's going on the market.
So it's going on the market. Yeah. Yeah. So that's all good.
And that was through bridging. That's why it took so long, wasn't it?
It was originally through bridging, and then we changed it.
Right. Okay.
So we changed it and just put it straight onto a mortgage.
Okay.
Yeah. Probably it's definitely been cheaper to put it onto a mortgage. But why I was going down the bridging route initially, because I wanted to add some value to it, and then pull some more money out.
You were going to refurb it.
Rejigged it a little bit. But yeah, it still worked out well.
Oh,
like
good.
It's still a good deal.
So have you tidied it up and stuff?
I went to tidy it up. I wrote my dad in. He's done some decorating. I've not gone mad. Don't need anything. Just just the high traffic areas. Just some freshened. It's more the woodwork that needed doing.
Yeah.
And I'm getting the ensuite done. So I was about there on Saturday, just about to like take all the grout out and redo it. And my dad's like, "What are you doing? Like, what is the point? Just
grout over.
Just tell him. No, just tell him you're getting it done. Like it's going to be done in so many weeks. Done.
Yeah, because for the pictures they can just.
I've just said don't take pictures on the suite.
Yeah.
And when they come for viewings, just say it's been done.
It's getting done. Yeah.
So,
that's exciting then. So that one will go on the market. So that will bring some cash flow in, won't it?
I mean, What's this cash flowing about 250?
And
a
I
month?
think for you need to document. You don't document enough.
I know.
So
that
it
was
probably seems like you're not doing anything
That's what-
online.
I need to. I wrote something down on my phone the other day about like my plans and stuff.
Yeah.
Consistency on social media.
Yeah.
I'm up and down like a yo-yo. I can't seem to keep
I don't
it.
think you've posted on social media, other than Mums in Property, on your own social
No.
media for months.
I posted a story about
you did
got
about the
keys.
house, yes.
And then I went today, and I was going to do my video of this is my property, and I just didn't. I just got sidetracked.
Do you know what I end up doing all the time? Take loads of videos. So if I go to viewings or whatever I do,
Never use them.
yeah, I don't, because I can't be bothered to collate them into one
I
reel.
probably have got a week's worth of content.
Yeah, exact same as me. I've got so much stuff.
Yeah.
I've even before, like we've just had the garage and that converted.
Yeah.
I got the kids. I filmed the kids painting and all of that. Didn't do anything with it. Just can't be bothered.
I know, and we need to be bothered.
I know.
You know, this life is so like.
I'm not creative on that side.
You know what? Life's just so busy in it, and you know, before Christmas, I was saying that. What's that wheel called? Where you?
Yes.
What's it called?
I've forgotten.
Where I don't know. You like your health, you.
Like
whatever. I don't know.
The wealth profile.
No, like your wheel of where you are, like how you like your not your personalities.
I don't know, but it's that good we've forgotten.
It's amazing. You need to do it. No, but you know, like when you're looking at how you're performing, so like your love life,
Yes.
your friends, like your person.
Your scorecard.
Yeah, let's call it a scorecard.
Yes.
And everything was going good, but I feel like I've been obsessed
But your social media was going for.
My social media was doing all right at that point, but my health was shit. Like,
Okay. Now you're in the 5 a.m. club. Your health's all right. Your
It's
social
getting
media.
there. My Lord horse is coming down a bit. It's reducing in size. Do you know what I mean? So I'm getting that right, but then something else has dropped off.
Well, it's that thing, isn't it? Spinning the plates. How many plates can you spin at one time?
Yeah.
Realistically, you are going to drop some plates.
Yes.
So it's about which plates are most important, which ones you're going to prioritise.
I did need to do my health and the family one. I felt like I was, at some point I was like obsessed about property, like being like working then straight away. And I was missing the value. Like I wasn't really adding much value.
Yeah.
I was just doing it for the sake of doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, not being as productive.
Yeah.
Being switched on, thinking I'm sat at the laptop doing property, but I'm not as productive.
And I find all these deals, but I'm not finishing off what I've got.
Yeah, not following through on the other side.
Yeah. So I need to be consistent with that because before Christmas, an ex-colleague reached out to me.
Write a letter.
He wrote a letter by pigeon.
Pigeon post.
It came. No, on LinkedIn he reached out.
Yeah, saying.
So just like he's interested and like what am I doing and stuff. So then I've got an investor there. Do you know whether or not it might be a bit more joint venture?
Yeah,
and
until
stuff.
you have those conversations.
Yeah, well, we've had a conversation. Just said like, right, let's just keep in touch. We've had a conversation like what his budget is and stuff like that. So,
do you know what? I was actually going to mention this today as well because, again, going back to like one of them first few times at PIN, I remember Paul saying, and other people have said it throughout the year, particularly on social media and as within the room of PIN, there'll be people watching you and people that you will have known for a long time.
Yeah.
Watching you, seeing you turn up consistently, whether that is to a networking event or whether that's online talking about your journey.
Yeah.
And maybe has had no interaction with you at all for a very long period. And then all of a sudden, that thought has been like,
something they see something that triggers their triggers that
and
conversation.
Then they reach out to you, and it is surprising how many people you know, who you maybe never would have thought to ever reach out to them, but because they've seen your journey and they know, like, and trust you, they think that's the person.
You were saying like there was little nuggets of acronyms or whatever, know, like, and trust.
Yeah, I've got a funny memory.
You have, like a photographic but soundographic.
Yeah, soundographic memory.
Is that an actual thing?
Maybe.
Made it. You've got a soundographic memory.
Comes back to my beauty days.
Soundographic beauty?
Yeah, well, like when a client would come in, I would make it my best, like
To remember
my
everything.
mission to remember, even down to like how many sugars they had in their tea. Like literally, I would remember all this stuff.
Yeah.
Because obviously it's part of relationship
Photographic
building.
memory.
Yeah, so I can remember conversations with people when I'm sat with them or what have you. But
you know, talking about that, so my dad was in the pub the other day, and he was like, his friends was asking him
what
I'm doing.
Yeah.
So obviously people are seeing it.
Yeah, and that's why they say, don't they?
Yeah.
Let people know what you do, because you don't know who behind closed doors themselves are having conversations thinking we want to get into property or we want to invest our money. Where do we start? And then if they see you in your journey and they follow that, that's then opens doors for everybody.
Absolutely.
And I've literally had the same, like what you've just mentioned. I've had 3 people reach out to me from my hometown. Yeah. 3, yeah, that have followed my journey, and like people that I haven't spoke to for years.
That's really good.
But because they've been following me and they want to get into property and they want me to help them on their journey.
You're really good at social media, like consistency, and you did a really good thing the other day.
Not fantastic, but...
You are. You did that little video thing. And it wasn't like normally when you're doing it, you're like in the front of the camera after pain and stuff. But this one,
I think the one you're on about, I didn't do.
Oh, that's right then.
Yeah,
they were great.
Yeah, honestly, if it's the one I'm thinking about, I didn't do it.
I'm digging myself into.
Was it Saturday? And we were in a building.
It looked like an office.
Yeah. So basically, my investors who I've been working for, the one that we just spoke about a minute ago, the commercial property. So she is a social content manager.
Amazing.
So they came up, so she was getting content at the same time. Honest to God, right? I literally left them. She got in the car and like wizardry done this reel out of nowhere. I was like, how have you even had time to put that together within the space?
I guess once you're doing it all the time and it just becomes...
with music and everything. I was like, that is brilliant. Because I'd just sit and ponder and I'd be like, oh, I faff with stuff.
I loved it. I bet you got some good engagement from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also because she's really well known within our industry. So I don't think she will mind me saying, but Rosalia Lazara and her husband. So, and I've obviously not told anybody that we were working together because it wasn't for my place to say. And now that she's obviously put it out on social media, so that was quite nice. And so I can talk about it, and also then it opens up an audience because she was sharing it on her platform, and so it does show you the power of social media. Yeah, yeah, she's really good. So yeah, honestly, within 5 minutes, she'd like whipped up this reel, and
it's great because like I was talking about, like I struggle. Like I've got the ideas of what to say, and I've got stuff to talk about, but I just don't know how to stand, where to stand, how to capture it, how to it's the position it's a bit boring. Do you see these people like on top of cars and everything?
And do you know what? I actually went to one of Rosalia's training days.
Yeah.
And she got us all to record like a little reel.
Yeah.
And it is about standing, and because I always just do mine sat in my kitchen with a white background, and it's
where I thought you did that? I don't know why. I thought it was in your bathroom.
No, I did used to do it in my bathroom. And then I've changed it because my cousin said, she's like, you always do them in your bathroom, don't you? And I'm like, yeah, because it's white and the lighting's really good. I've changed it. Okay. I've changed it up. I now do it where we did the podcast the other day. Do you know when we did the podcast? And I said, take all the photos down.
You do, yeah, oh my, yeah. Funny.
So, yeah. But anyway, it's plain, it's boring. Whereas actually when we did it on Rosalia's course, we were in an office.
You need something that catches captions. I don't know, catches.
I think, is this the one you're on about, actually? This might be the video you're on about. Well, I'm in an office. Yeah, I know what you mean now. Yeah.
What are you on about?
I thought you meant the reel. We were looking around the property the other day with the floor plans and stuff, it was like a few different videos.
No, I saw that. I meant
yes, right.
Yours in the
so
office.
It's still Rosalia. So the one where I'm actually in an office, me talking about like how I lost my income overnight.
Yes, that one.
And how I
you can
work.
help people.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was filmed on Rosalia's training day. And basically, because not a lot of people are not confident on the camera. So she tries to get you to get out of your comfort zone, speak on camera, and she records it and then she sends it to you for you to use that as your first sort of video.
And that's really good. And do you know about that? I think getting about your comfort zone. I can remember first doing my face, and you do get conscious, don't you? Like, what people are going to think, and now I just don't care.
Yeah.
And once you've done your first one, that's the hardest thing, isn't it? Doing your first one. Once you've done that, so what? Then it just gets easier and easier.
And it does show when you look at your insights, the engagement when you do.
Did you get really good engagement on that?
Yeah.
Now we're on the same page and talking about
now I know what you're on about. But it did get good engagement, so I know I need to do more of that. And it's just
it's
so
really
simple.
professional, right? Really professional. Yeah, it was simple, but it just looked.
But being in an office,
it
doesn't have to be anything flashy.
I think it came across really well. Like you could see you.
Yeah. And I think that's what you've got to do. Just be authentic.
Yeah.
Sometimes we overthink everything and we lose that authenticity.
Even like coming down to the podcast, I think sometimes, like the previous episodes, like overthinking it.
Yeah.
And that feeds me in. I'm going a bit scatty again. I'm sorry.
We like to flit, don't we?
Do you know about then? Talking about over prepping, with so when I was speaking at the pin.
Yes.
Doing my show.
So explain for people who don't know.
Explain what?
For your 1 year.
Oh, yeah. So it was 1 year anniversary, wasn't it?
No, actually, our 1 year.
Our 1 year anniversary. I've been
our friend anniversary.
Yeah. Oh, I like that. friend anniversary. But at the Property Investor Network meeting, the Mighty Sheffield Pin. So every year in January.
Which you're part of the team as well.
Team, yeah. Every year in January, mastermind people.
Yeah.
What we're called?
Masterminders. I just call you.
Past and present get to go up and do like a case study. So me and Andy shared a slot. So I got to talk about that Cumbria deal actually.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
It was I was really good. Thank you.
It was very good.
Very good. No, it was
No, it was good, and that
I
takes
enjoyed
a lot.
it. And do you know, talking about kind of over prepping, I know I can I'm a big overthinker, and kind of knew, because I'm confident in what I was talking about was fine. I didn't overthink it. I just thought, I know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it went really well. But, if I had prepped it too much and thought about it, I'd have gone
and scripted it.
Yeah, I'd have gone the other way.
Yeah. It's just, really know what you need to talk about because you're working on it. So just talk what it is.
And another thing about putting yourself out there and taking that opportunity, I had people from the audience talk to me and want to work with me and stuff like that. So
also it's inspiring because you said, it was 1 year to the day that you were sat on the front row
shitting myself, not knowing any acronyms.
No. Your visit.
Boobs are popping.
My boobs were popping. But it was your first visit.
Yeah.
And 1 year on, you're a masterminder, you're a pin helper, and you're up at the front of the stage in front of 70 people.
If you had told me, when we first met, next year you're going to be stood talking to a room of 60-odd people, I'd be
about your deals in the pipeline.
No, I'm not. I would never have done it.
With GDVs over £1 million.
Yeah, 1.6. Yeah. Hopefully 1.8 if we change the structure. So it's,
Yeah, so that's a massive, what a way to start.
It's been a really good Jan.
Yeah.
So far.
And I think for people in the room, because a lot of people start in January, don't they? Because it's...
You can start any month, really, can't you?
Yeah, but I imagine it's popular. So I bet it was very inspiring for people.
But I have been feeling overwhelmed. Just because I felt like it's been a successful January, I've still had that overwhelming feeling like it's a lot's happening.
All at once.
But I've just tried to not overthink it. Just deal with it and do everything that needs to be done. If something is doing, just do it. Don't let it linger.
Yeah,
even in my day job as well.
Just go with the flow and just see what's what. But talking about scholarship.
Yeah. Oh, you did it.
I've done it. It closed today.
Yeah.
So again, for anyone that doesn't know,
you need to tell people.
Mastermind, which Jade is on, the 12-month program, every year they actually do a competition, a scholarship where you can win the chance to get a free place on the £30,000 mastermind program, and we both entered last year.
Yeah.
But do you know, as I was reflecting back and looking at my answers from last year that I'd put on, like, I mean, no offense, we didn't deserve it.
Oh, cheers.
But we did.
Talk for yourself. I think I did deserve it.
Well, I definitely didn't. I mean, you already had a portfolio, so maybe you did deserve it. But I definitely didn't, because I'd only, I think the week prior, been to my first PIN meeting.
Yeah. In that respect, I get what you're saying.
Like, the questions are like, what personal development have you done? What property
what investment
training
have you done into yourself already?
Yeah, what training have you done? Like, why do you deserve it? And just because I really wanted it, I actually wasn't ready for it last year.
That's a good kind of spin.
And I feel so much more confident applying this year. Like, I genuinely, in my heart, feel like I deserve it.
Yeah.
And I felt really
You've
proud.
done so much this year, and you definitely should be proud.
Do you know what? I was writing my application, and there was stuff I was forgetting. So even like Rosalia's training course, which was the Social Selling Hive, which is a day about like your personal brand and everything. I'd nearly forgotten about that. I'd done the HMO co-living day with Stuart Scott, and I like nearly forgot about that. There were loads of little things, and I was like, actually, I've done a lot this year, and every month I've done a training course or I've done an event. And that's not networking.
Can I ask you a personal question? And I don't know the answer to this. How much have you invested, like, last year into yourself? If you was to add it all together,
I'd say
that's a really,
as a very rough figure, about 10,000
Wow.
on like courses and events. That's not obviously all the networking, like the monthly networking. But if there's been like a 1-day event, that's included in that.
And it's money well spent, isn't it? I bet.
Yeah. Oh, the connection.
You know, knowing you, I see how much, and you was really, when I first met you came across really confident and really well and held yourself well, but like, you've just, it's great to see because you've just kind of grown even more. It's nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Spur me on anyway.
So, yeah.
Your biggest cheer.
Thank you. And you know, when we were at the PIN Awards, I feel actually really, not just because we're part of the PIN community, but I think because I know so many of you masterminders, like I know so many past and present masterminders that I've met at all these different events I've been to throughout the year and the different courses. I've met masterminders that I've got good connections with and speak to, and I feel really integrated into that community, but I kind of want that status.
Yeah. You want to wear the mastermind badge.
Yeah, I think when you talk to people, and I've realised this now over the year.
When you're dealing with investors and and people like think you're crazy, don't you, invest in that amount of money when you can go and buy a house. But when you are trying to grow and you're trying to work with other people, who would you choose? Like, if someone's invested like money in, like, invested in themselves to grow, and someone who's not, you're going to put your money where that knowledge is in it, and like they've nurtured themselves and invested in themselves. And I won't, you know,
100%. And a 12-month program.
It's gone so fast, you know.
I know. I can't believe how fast your program's gone.
Like, we've got January, February,
March.
3 months.
But halfway through January.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Bonkers.
So, yeah, I kind of want that status. When you look at what past masterminders, not just like last year or the like year before, but past, they really do hold their status and the stuff that they've done, and they are well.
Yeah, the thought of, aren't they?
Well, highly thought of within the community, and I would like to have that.
Yeah.
So yes,
that's what I want to get to as well.
Oh, you definitely will, 100%. And I think you kind of have to get the first year done to then really accelerate.
People always say that they do more on their second year than they do on the first year.
Well, even Andy said, didn't he, in his talk, the first 9 months he felt like he hadn't really
done much.
Yeah, because I meant to say this to you after, because what he was saying was similar things to what I've heard you say before, like, oh, I feel like I'm behind, or people are doing more than me.
We've got to remember that
all of a sudden it just
clicks.
Yeah.
And it just takes that one deal.
Yeah.
And just one deal to change things. And now my team of people feels like it's getting secure and
tight knit.
Yeah. So I feel like I can just lean in a lot more. I've got the more expertise there.
Yeah.
Like I'm not an expert in anything, do you know?
And that
Then you've got
takes
to
time,
leverage.
doesn't it?
Yeah.
Because you've got to find the right people, speak with the right connections, and you do. It just sort of zones all in together, doesn't it?
It does. It does, absolutely.
Oh, that's exciting then.
Yeah.
So another really exciting, few really exciting things this week. Obviously, we were a guest on another podcast.
Yeah.
So that was our second podcast that we were guest on.
Yeah.
The Honest...
Moving the background pictures, not in the back room.
So we were on the Honest Property Sisters podcast. It's not launched yet. Maybe by the time ours launched, it might be. And we did it online. So I actually met the girls in a toilet at an event, which was
Came
funny.
up that, didn't it, as well? Yeah.
Typical girl chat, meeting in a toilet, as you do. Clicked really. We'd already messaged actually before that, and then that happened. So we had a really good chat, and then they're lovely.
They're not lovely, aren't they?
Yeah, so,
really friendly and
yes,
easy to talk to, weren't they? And funny.
We
as
had
well.
a laugh, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
But yeah, we were doing it in my kitchen, and I've got like a wall of photos, and I didn't want them in, so we were just taking all the photos down for a white background. Oh, I didn't tell you as well when you left.
What?
Something happened with the internet. And
did not upload.
We thought it didn't upload. They had to do something else, and even then they weren't sure. But they texted me after, and they were like, "Thank God, it saved." I was like, "Oh, can you imagine?"
I felt really awkward then. I'm like, "I'm gonna have to go," but I think they thought, "I'm not shutting the laptop down."
And I was just like, "See ya, I'll just stay and chat." But then it was taking ages, so they were like, "Don't worry, don't feel like you have to sit at the laptop if you want to mute us and turn your camera off." But it sorted itself out.
Oh, good.
So yeah, we've got that for launch, which is really exciting.
What else have we done?
The main other thing, what I would say, is we have secured sponsorship for the podcast.
Yeah, very good. Isn't it?
Yeah, really good.
Do you know what? I'm surprised. You know, when do we think about doing the podcast? How long ago was it?
It was like October. When we started having...
So if you think about it, October to now, we've not officially launched yet.
No, I know.
And we've got a sponsorship.
2.
And I was going to say, and the ad. That's bonkers, isn't it?
I know. And just for anyone out there that is maybe thinking of doing anything like that, we were really quite surprised, weren't we? Like, we literally put one post out to say, we're looking for sponsorship.
Mm-hmm.
And... because we've got the cost of the studio and everything like that. And
it's not cheap, is it? But it's worth it.
It's what we wanted to do, didn't we? We wanted the studio. We were so surprised though, weren't we? Of people.
I think, how many people actually reached out? Was it 4 or 5 that reached out? Because we had a couple of conversations with people.
I don't know. I think it might be 4.
4, yeah. That's good going with no content.
Yeah, and no metrics or anything. So we were surprised. And this is why there's been a little bit of delay in us getting the podcast launched. Yeah. But we don't need to rush. We didn't want to rush anything. And with these opportunities coming up, obviously it felt right just to time it all.
Yeah.
But
there's even more opportunities coming now, isn't there? Like from podcast.
Yeah.
There's more coming. It's just exciting. Like, just watch this space.
But I just want to mention as well on the back of that. So with our sponsor, and obviously as the episodes go on, you'll get to learn more about them. But I'm really passionate because the company is Real Finance, and they are commercial brokers. They're a company that are based local to us.
Yeah.
And George, the director of the company, I met him at a BNI networking event. So because you went to...
Was it the Chesterfield one or was it the Sheffield one?
It was the Chesterfield one. You went to
the
Sheffield,
Sheffield one, yeah.
So me and Ben, I took Ben along.
Yeah.
So basically, for anyone that's not been to a BNI networking group...
You take 2 people with you.
So I actually went as a substitute for someone. So BNI is a referral networking group. And basically, if you are a member, if you can't attend one week, you have to send someone in your place.
But how did Ben go then as well?
So I went... So our joiner was on holiday and said he knows that I do networking. So we'd spoke about BNI because I'd been to them years ago when I had my salon. And he said, would you mind filling in for me, Chloe? So I was like, yeah, perfect. I don't mind going. I don't really want to join BNI, but I don't mind going as your substitute.
I enjoyed it, but
But then they did say to me, if you want to bring a guest. So I was technically the joiners.
Yeah.
I was his position, but I could take a guest because they like you to take guests as well. So I said to Ben's never done anything like that ever. It's really out of his comfort zone.
How did you get on? Did he?
Yeah, he was fine. Yeah, because Ben is very sociable. He just doesn't like this idea of standing up.
And all eyes on him.
And talking in front of everybody. But anyway, he came along. He did really well. It was an early morning networking. And very, very briefly met George, but we didn't really get a chance to talk, but George gave me his card. So as soon as I got home, because I had been looking, well, not actively looking, but in the back of my mind, I wanted to connect with a commercial broker because I'd been having calls with our pin host, Paul. Like I was basically finding deals and just getting a bit of advice from Paul at the time, and a lot of them were needing commercial valuation. And Paul was obviously giving me the best advice that he could, but he's in a different area to me. So he said, you would be worth speaking with a broker from your area, getting like accurate figures.
I find it hard to get like commercial numbers. You know, you're working, you know, you're trying to cost things in it. It's really hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
'Cause no one really knows unless you're doing the valuations all the time. So
or unless you either need a broker who knows that area, because they know the yields, or you know someone
who's just done something,
So,
and not everyone's always that forthcoming and sharing. I don't know why, but they're not forthcoming and sharing surveys, are they, and stuff?
No, and obviously it can vary. But so I met George, reached out, and we went 2 days later. We went for a coffee. We were sat for 2 hours chatting. Wow. He's so easy to talk to. But he's so helpful. Yeah. And since then, we've built up a really nice relationship. I can ask him anything.
About trust.
Yeah, and he helps me so much. And any figure, like, we're working on some clients together, and it's good because we know how we both work. And I know what I will send him numbers that are accurate to what's on his platform, and then he knows that that's what they're going to get. So it's a really good working relationship, and I would recommend for anyone who is looking for like those commercial valuations.
Is it just commercial that he does, or does he do like buy to lets?
It's commercial, not just standard residential like mortgages. Yeah, it's commercial valuations. So I would recommend getting those contacts in place, and it is part of your power team. And I just thought
that's
power
the key.
team.
I think that the commercial, the broker is crucial, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like I've unlocked so much by having that.
Yeah.
You just unlock that next level. It makes things easier, and you've got to have one that you've got that good relationship with. Yeah. Who's willing to bounce ideas, and who invests. Does he invest? Did he invest himself?
Yeah,
doesn't he?
So he invests in property.
Yeah,
he's so switched on. Yeah, and what I really like is he's an ex-banker.
Yeah,
say that correctly. Ex-banker.
Banker. Say it fast.
Ex-banker.
Ex-banker.
So he's got loads of expertise. He's got a big team. I think they're a team of 12. Yeah. And what I also really liked...
He knows quite a lot of people that I know as well, doesn't he? From Mastermind, like he knows.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and all the Dutch people, all the Dutch guys. Yeah.
And also, he when I first met him, so this was obviously months and months before Mums in Property had even fruitioned from any idea.
Fruitioned?
Is that the right word?
I don't know. I like it.
I'll ask chat when I get home.
I don't think anymore. Just ask chat.
Just ask chat. Don't Google.
I'm not even Jade. I'm just chat.
GB. I call it GB. It's GP. It doesn't flow. GPT.
Chat GPT.
GPT.
Sorry.
I just call it chat now. I can't be bothered with the letters.
Chat G. Ask Mr. G. I've thrown you off now.
He also was telling me about how he supports like mums returning to work.
Amazing.
How he's really flexible. And this, like I say, this was like...
He fits like what our values, doesn't it?
Yeah, and our values. So, so he's a really great one. And for anyone that knows us or is in our area, or it doesn't have to be in our area, but if there's any advice, let us know, because we can link you up, and we will have his details in the show notes.
Got big wings then.
Find the show notes down below. That sounded good, didn't it?
Oh, it did.
So he's helping.
Amazing. It's a really exciting move for us, I think. That's gonna it's great to be working with him.
Yeah.
Good.
What else has been happening then?
What, individually or?
I know what I wanted to say, actually. So obviously following on from last week's pin, and David mentioned, so we had someone covering.
I thought you meant not my David, but business partner David.
No, David. Although, how's he got on with his pin?
Really good. It was last night.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I got the day wrong. I reached out on Tuesday, and it was last night.
It was
I reached out on Monday, but it was last night. He said he got a really good. He was nervous, which you're gonna have nerves, aren't you? But he held his own anyway.
So Jade's business partner, who is on the mastermind with her.
Yes, he's now Glasgow's pin host. Yeah. So
he'll do great.
He will do good. He was nervous, but then he messaged me yesterday or today. Everything merged into one. Just said he got a really good buzz from it. So that's positive. And again, putting yourself out there is going to get so many opportunities that come that way.
Definitely.
So yeah.
Well, he's invited us, hasn't he?
Yeah. Have to have a. What's the wine like?
Mum's on tour.
What's the wine like in Glasgow?
It's Buckfast.
What's that?
Have you never had Buckfast? I used to live in Scotland, so.
Of course you did.
This is what Ben always says. Whenever we bury someone, I'm like, I used to live there. He's like, of course you did. You were probably the mayor of Scotland, weren't you?
Don't my ankle's gonna run now.
I can't help it. I did live there. It's true.
Oh, in a caravan or a house or what? What about a hotel this time?
Save that story.
Oh God.
No, I lived in a. I lived in a
my eyes now.
No, you haven't. No, so Buckfast. Ask David to get you some.
It doesn't sound very appealing to me.
It's not, but it's actually it's like, other than Iron Brew. It's like the Scottish national drink.
Is Iron Brew Scottish?
No, but it's like what all Scots drink. Oh. That's like their tap water. Have you never seen David with a bottle of Iron Brew?
No.
Saying that he lives in England at the minute, doesn't he?
No, he lives in Scotland. No, he moved back.
Oh, right, yeah. Well, next time you see him, he'll no doubt have a crate of Iron Brew in his boot. And if he hasn't got Iron Brew, he'll probably have Buckfast.
But it's alcoholic Buckfast.
Yeah.
He won't have Buckfast.
What's it called?
So it's a fizzy.
Fizzy. What is it? It's like, I can't remember what it is. It's like fermented wine or something.
Oh.
Something. It's awful. It's
not
really strong.
I'm not trying that.
It's actually made in Devon.
Let's move on.
I know a lot about Buckfast, but
do you live in Devon as well?
That's one place I've not lived. I visit, but I've not lived there.
Not yet.
I don't know how we got onto that.
No, I don't either. No idea. What we talking?
Anyway, Iron Brew, if you would like to sponsor.
You know what comes to my head? Came over Saturday night, not Saturday night. SMTV. What was that?
Yeah, SMTV Live.
When they had that advert, that Iron Brew advert. I'm fizzy, fizzy, fizzy. I'm off my head. Is that same thing?
Never heard that one.
Google it. YouTube it.
Okay.
I'm red. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to embarrass myself. But it's funny. It's funny. That's apple ties. That's ties, though, is it? That's different, isn't it? Iron Brew.
I've never heard that. Yeah, it's
Brew.
different.
Okay. Completely different.
Completely different.
You were talking about Pin.
Oh, yes.
Not David. David Dixon, I guess.
Yes.
Yeah.
So when he said at Pin the other night about having accountability partner.
Yes.
It reminded me of us, because I remember when you asked me to be your accountability partner, and we were, but not in like a very structured way.
Yeah, official.
Yeah, because we're scatty sometimes, aren't we?
Just a bit.
We just do it in our own way.
Yeah.
But what I think might be really good for us, because we know we're recording this every week anyway, so it's a good like check-in.
Yeah.
And also for people listening, I think if you can find someone, doesn't have to be locationally close to you.
Yeah.
But if you can find someone that you've maybe even chatted to on a social media group, or if you have been to an event together, and be each other's accountability partner, confirm, like say, right, every Tuesday at 6 p.m, we are going to call each other or text each other and check back on what we're going to hold ourselves accountable for that week. And I think it might be good for us to do it on our podcast.
Be a bit more structured about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And hopefully, especially because you're coming to the end of your mastermind, not that you're losing that because you've got that strong group of people anyway, but maybe it might help you to continue with accountability. It will definitely help me.
Yeah.
And
I like the idea. Let's do it.
the listeners can hold us accountable.
Yeah. Let's do it.
And in return, they might do it themselves.
So, what do I need to hold you accountable for then?
Oh, so right. This week, I really need to, what do I need to do? I need to finish one of my lead magnets that I've been working on. I've sort of like...
I need you to help me with mine. I need a lead magnet.
Yeah, for raising finance.
Yeah, yeah.
I think once you get your template together, it's easy. It's just getting that template.
I did see yours the other day, but if you could help me, that'd be great. Just to get what it looked. I just need to pull something together.
Yeah, I find the design thing the hardest. Once I've
do the design things, it's the how to do it,
getting it out there.
Yeah.
So I need to finish my lead magnet. I'm
gonna write this down.
Yes, let's write them down, because then we know next week we can check in and see. Oh, I know. So I've got an off-market commercial property.
Sorry, what's the first one?
Lead magnet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What, to be finished?
Yes. And out. Finished and out.
Circulated, I put?
Yeah. Ooh, good word.
Good.
We're bashing the words out today, aren't we? Thesaurus are us. Or is it the dictionary?
Thesaurus. Oh, next one.
Right. I've got an off-market.
My hands are watering now. I'm sorry. You're like, for yours.
Because this room's so warm. You're so cold-blooded.
My hands are sweaty. Normally they're cold. And
I've got an off-market commercial property opportunity.
Off-market commercial property.
Yes.
Yeah.
Again, for myself, I've been chasing this since August.
So you need to close it down?
Yeah.
Or you just need to do the numbers on it?
No, I need to keep chasing them. To sell it me. So they keep telling me, it's the council, they keep saying, yes.
Okay. Chase up to purchase.
But they've just got that much. It's a really, really tiny little council, and they're saying they've got that much work to
Backlog
do.
And stuff.
Yeah, that's not a priority.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to forget about me.
I don't think they will forget about you, Claire.
Good.
Just
keep pestering.
And are we doing 3? Or are we giving it some structure? So is it like 3?
Yeah.
Or what about if it's more one week? Why don't we pick up 3?
Yeah. And if there's a 1, we can add a bonus.
Yeah. And then it's not overloading, and it's pick the main.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So my other one, well, my main one, like you, although I don't think it's not going to be finalised in this week, but I need to actively work on this hard, is to raise private finance for my flip deal.
So I'm wording that: actively work
to raise private finance.
Raise PV, should I call it PV? No, PF.
God, mum brain. PV.
It's getting late.
No wine has been supplied in this episode. Yeah. So they're my 3 main things. And then my little bonus one is I have seen 2 other small commercial properties.
Yeah.
that I want to reach out about.
So that's lead magnet, off market, actively work on raising private finance.
Yeah.
And then 2 off market.
Yeah, find out about
Commercials, like do the numbers or due diligence or whatever.
No, just find out if they're available. They're not actually on the market or off market. They're just sat doing nothing.
Empty.
Yeah.
Oh. See if I like that.
So yeah, that's mine. And then yeah, when we sit and do the next podcast, you can check up on what I've done and hold me accountable.
What do I do if you've not done it?
Ooh. Forfeit.
If you do it there. Joking. Just what can we do? Just make sure that hold you accountable, follow up on it.
Yeah.
And make sure that,
why don't we do a text to each other in the week and see how we're getting on? A little reminder.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's yours?
What's mine? So what's mine? What have I got on? Right. So finalise the exit strategy on the Cumbria deal.
But can't you do that yet until you've been?
So, okay, for this week, maybe not.
I mean, you can be looking over it, but
yeah, that's going to be the week after, isn't it? Stay consistent on social media.
Yes, that's a really good one. So what are you actually going to do? Are you going to post
2 posts
in this next week?
Yeah. And I'm going to copy you a bit. I think I need to put more effort in and structuring private finance, raising private finance.
Yeah.
Maybe. So
it's really hard, isn't it, raising finance?
Maybe if you can help me do a lead magnet, like start one off.
Yeah.
A lead magnet.
Well, that's good because if we've kind of got similar ones this week, we can actually share best practice as well.
So lead magnet for raising.
Because I'm on Paul Stapleton's masterclass, and we've just done about lead magnets. Yeah, so that's why I like that.
And I need that funnel coming in. Yeah, and So and then what did I say? Cumbria one not, and just social
media, staying consistent. You're going to do 2 what about 2 posts and a story?
Social media. Consistency. Yeah. So I've got lead magnet for raising private finance, social media consistency, 2 posts.
Yeah. And a story.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant.
Is that it? Is that enough? Or was that say 2?
No, you've got 3. Raising private finance, stay consistent on social media, and your lead magnet.
Oh, okay. I've combined that one together, the top one, but raised, that's cool.
No, it's 3 separate ones.
Yeah. Done and dusted.
Yeah, well, I think that probably wraps us up for today, doesn't it?
Yeah.
My key takeaway from today has been that you can't always plan.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I planned today to do my notes and everything for this evening of just like what I wanted to talk about, and my day went to pot. Didn't feel great, but I'm so glad I have turned up because by talking to you, it does feel like it's eased everything, just getting it all off my chest and having this conversation. So again, I suppose it's leaning into your network, isn't it? And because there's so many people out there experiencing the same things as what you are. So I'm glad I've come today and I do feel better, but that's my key takeaway.
My key takeaway, I think we're talking about being consistent and that, and what you said, I really like that about you don't know who's watching. And like, even if you're not probably getting that interaction, people are still watching, and you just got to stay consistent. And that's why I want to make sure.
Start building it up again.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it might not be today, might not be tomorrow. It could be another year's time. But people are watching you, and it's important, isn't it? It's your branding and stuff. So
Amazing.
Well, thank you for listening in today. We hope you have got some value from our episode. Please do reach out to us if, like me, you're having challenging days with toddlers or children of any age. Please share any advice or tips. And
Like and follow
like and follow this
on Instagram.
episode.
Yeah, is it Instagram?
Instagram. Yeah, that's the main one at the minute, isn't it? We will be on YouTube and that soon as well. And just leave us a comment or reach out to us with any ideas.
Amazing.
Thanks ever so much. See you again next time.
Real Finance have strong relationships with specialist lenders, eager to support entrepreneurs and business, providing unique and competitive financial solutions designed specifically for you. They are hands-on, supporting you developing your plans before seeking financing. They build long-lasting relationships with clients and lenders based on trust, integrity, and swift execution. Contact Real Finance today and let them achieve your financial goals.